What's good, people? It is Tony the Savant. And before we get started, please like the video, share the video, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel. As well, if you have not already, please subscribe to the channel as I drop content daily, go live daily, stay very busy on the platform. And last but not least, please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section, as I'm always intrigued to know to hear what you all have to say about these topics. And ladies and sports fans, and gentlemen, we are recapping the Florida Panthers defending Stanley Cup champions, may I add, and the Boston Bruins matchup as they had their respective season openers this evening. And I gotta say, man, well, just disclaimer, I've been throwing this out there, so I gotta keep throwing it out there until I get a little bit more adept to what I'm doing. But I am a rookie at covering hockey and baseball, so I'm reading off, at least 3 or 4 articles right now, listening to a lot of analysts that talk hockey and baseball just to learn the language and so I can get better at it. But since we are kicking off this season, I said I'm gonna get in the loop, just jump in the pool. We're gonna learn on the fly. But I can say this: I was able to enjoy the Stanley Cup finals. This what June, whatever, May, June, whenever it went down. And I did witness the Florida Panthers capture. I'm not sure if this was their first championship in organization history, but nonetheless, they were able to capture the championship. They completed their revenge tour respectfully, as they had lost to who was it? The Vegas King Knights, the Golden Knights, I believe, in 2023, and bounced back to get their own Stanley Cup victory last year. So very happy. Very impressed, I should say, with this franchise, their resilience, and the guys that's on this team. Had a little bit more familiarity with this team than pretty much any other team because they went the furthest in the NHL season. But I'm reading this article from ESPN, and we're just going to read some of this article. Sorry, guys, I'm getting this freaking email. We're gonna read some of this article and then I'll interject. As I gotta say, the Panthers were absolutely dominant in this game. They opened up the game with 4 goals, y'all. And it's almost like every time they took a shot at the goal, they was getting a score as well. I believe within like the first 10 minutes of the game, they racked up all these goals. But anyway, let's look at the article just to get a better understanding of what transpired this evening. Sam Bennett. Well, let me read the title first, real quick, because it says Bennett scores twice. Panthers open their title defense by getting past rival Boston Bruins. Okay, so we got a rivalry here. Sam Bennett scored twice. Sam Reiner and Evan Rodriguez each had a goal and an assist with the Florida Panthers open. Each had a goal and assist, and the Florida Panthers opened defense of their Stanley Cup championship by topping the Boston Bruins 6-4 on Tuesday in the opener for both teams. Yuto, man, I be butchering these guys' names between hockey players and baseball players, bro. I be having whew. So this brother's name is Yuto Luo Starlinen and Jonah Gajovic also scored for Florida, while Sergei Bobrovsky, I remember this guy, stopped 24 shots. Yeah, he's the goalie for the Florida Panthers. Remember him very well. Florida raised its championship banner before the game. Oh yeah, Connor McDavid ended up getting the finals on some Jerry West stuff. He had the finals MVP. He lost the Stanley Cup Finals, and they still gave him the MVP award. That was crazy, nasty work. I think, in my opinion, it should have went to Bobrovsky. Pavel, Zaka, Charlie McAvoy, Trent Frederick, and David Pashnak scored for Boston, which had won 5 consecutive openers. Florida is 4-1 in its last 5 openers. Very impressive. Takeaways: Bruins. Boston went with Jonas Corpusalo in net instead of newly re-signed Jeremy Swayman, who got his 8-year, $66 million deal done Sunday. Corpusalo made 29 saves when it was. When it was 5-1 midway through the second. Panthers fans serenaded the Bruins with chants of "We want Swayman." Makes sense. Um, Panthers, Florida. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. So they were in Florida, and the Florida Panthers fans were saying that they wanted Swayman instead of this dude, Corpusalo. that's that's trolling, man. That's sports. That's why I love sports. But the fans was wilding. Panthers, Florida dealt with. The Florida Panthers dealt with some chippiness against Boston, which was ousted by the Panthers the last two postseasons. Much was directed at Matthew Takachuk. Chuck, I can't say these guys' names. He and the Bruins have plenty of history, but even officials weren't safe. Boston's Mac Jones tried to slash Rodriguez, but hit linesman Devin Berg instead to earn a 2-minute unsportsmanlike penalty. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It goes on to read some key stats and all that kind of stuff. But if you get an idea, the Panthers were doing their thing. I just learned right now on the fly that this is a rivalry, so I'm gonna be very invested. Putting on my calendar when these two teams match up again because okay, the next game they play is actually next weekish, October 14th is the next time we'll see these two teams face off. So I'll be invested. I'll be looking out for that one. But kudos to the Florida Panthers, man, the defending Stanley Cup champions. They came in tonight, looked like they are ready to repeat, stood on business. Again, Sam Bennett, I'm very impressed with that gentleman. He impressed me during their Stanley Cup Finals run as well. And again, I'm gonna learn how to talk this stuff, man, so we can get into the nooks and crannies. I really understand, who's who out here. And shucks, I did it with the WNBA. I have been out of the WNBA loop for quite some time. Started off at the beginning of the season, covering the WNBA. Well, that's cap. I was covering the WNBA because as long as I've had my personal sports journalism platform since February 2022. That's when I first started. And we covered some WNBA, a couple stories, a couple games back then. But full time, when I found out Angel Reese would be coming to my Chicago Sky, I could not give up the opportunity to cover the WNBA full time. So I'm gonna do the same thing with this hockey stuff. And by the time we get to the 2025 Stanley Cups, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have us some deep discussions about this hockey stuff, as I'm thoroughly enjoying it. And I totally forgot that hockey you can legally fight out there. Like boys be just taking off their gear and fighting for at least a minute straight, and the rest be letting them go. So hey, I love me a little boxing. I'm a big boxing fan, and I like to see that. I wish the NFL would let those guys duke it out sometimes a little bit, but it is what it is. But that's it for this one. Stanley Cup champions, Florida Panthers, were able to get the victory once more, 6-4. Also raised their banner. And I'm happy for them, man. Hopefully my Chicago Blackhawks can get back to glory. Because I remember when our team was the team to beat and the impressive team flying up and down the ice. But that's all I got. That's all I got for y'all on this one. Please like the video, share the video, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel as well. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel as I drop content daily, go live daily, stay very busy on the platform. And last but not least, please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section, as I'm always intrigued to hear what y'all got to say about these topics. I am Tony the Savant. Peace.